Hi there. My name is James Michael Whitty Welsh, or number 36. We haven't got a long time today, so I just say hello to you, and I'd like to acknowledge that we're on Durrick land, and I show my respect to the custodians of that, and uncles and aunties that have passed on in the KBH brothers. Just a moment to think about that for a while. I'd appreciate that. Thank you.
My name is Kenneth Allen Edwards. I work for Aboriginal Kitchula Boys Homes AC.
My name's Leslie Franks. I work at Kitchula Boys Home Corporation. I find it a privilege to be here to support the uncles and their families.
My name is Paul Whitten. I was born at Moree.
My name's Paulette Whitten. I'm a daughter of a KBH survivor, number 31, or Uncle Paul Whitten.
I'm Chanel Beasley. I'm the NDIS Program Manager here at KBH AC.
Robert Young, number 24, ex-KBH. I would like to acknowledge the people of this land, the Darrican, show my respect for their past and present.
My name's Talia. I've been at KBH AC for 6 years. I'm the NDIS caseworker.
Hi, my name's Michael. I've worked with KBH AC. I currently do community outreach.
To me, I think reconciliation, yet again, should mean more to everybody else than what it does to me and my family. But I think it's a time for people to educate themselves on the history in the country that they live in and that they're patriotic about as well. I also think it gives the wider community an understanding of how we should get together and acknowledge each other's cultures and histories.
Reconciliation is coming together as one. I don't feel as though we're there yet, but we are on the path to make change for reconciliation, but in a whole, it should be one nation coming together to be one. We're all humans, so we should all be treated as humans.
And I have mixed feelings about reconciliation because it's like two people have to reconcile, and it's like, well, in my mind, one of them did nothing wrong, so I don't know why they have to reconcile to somebody else, but apparently that you do, and so I don't like that, because to me just the name reconciliation sort of again forces our mob to feel like we've done something wrong when we haven't yet again. And it's like, can't you change the name, do something else with it or whatever? Why do we have to reconcile with anything or anyone that we have done nothing to? The part of reconciliation I do like, I guess, is that at least there are activities and there a bit of media attention, I guess, out there for reconciliation. But other than that, reconciliation really has no meaning to me.
That's a very awkward to digest that word, because of the pain and sufferings that we've gone through and are going through. It's seems to be a double standard. I don't like it.
Well, reconciliation has never really been a word that's gone down with me very well. It's like we don't have nothing to reconcile, basically. This is the white man's word, reconciliation, and Reconciliation Week. It's that the onus is on the white man to reconcile with us. That's how I see reconciliation. In some ways, we need to reconcile with each other as well, because everybody's got different opinions, but we shouldn't be fighting each other as well, because that's only the result of divide and conquer. So I think, but the onus is more on the white man to make sure that they do everything they can to highlight the destruction and the colonisation process that happened to Aboriginal peoples, and the onus is on them to take a lead in the reconciliation process.
But I feel like Reconciliation Day should be celebrated by the rest of Australia more, like, you know, people that aren't Aboriginal, so don't care what kind of walk of life or what background you come from. Celebrating with us I think is important, and Reconciliation Day is, you know, bringing us together. But yeah, I don't think it happens as well as it should. I think we celebrate it and our mob celebrates it, but I don't think, you know, everybody else does.
There's other things could be done, you know, to make it better, make it more wiser. Reconciliation, I don't really have much to do with reconciliation at all.
Not really. I just don't want to go there with it. So.
To educate more people every year, to promote it in schools, in the community. I think a lot of people are scared of what they don't know, and when you learn something you can't unlearn it.
We need that opportunity to let everybody understand what we go through every day still, and let us have our truth too, so that we can, that's when true healing comes, I feel, is that when we're able to say what we've all been through and be heard. Yeah.
I think it's very important to celebrate Reconciliation Week. It's just a reminder to remind everyone that we are human and that we are one, and that we are all put on this earth to come together, not to be pulled apart.
I think until, you know, the true history and the real past of our country is being taught, you know, in school, and, you know, and there's less misunderstanding about our mob, then we all can celebrate together. But until then, I think there's always going to be that divide of it being like a day for us. You know, I want it to be a day for everybody.
I would like to see some more positive work put in to show a definite change in the way that people in the community and governments respond to that. It doesn't feel as though that they're genuinely in search of it.
A Wiradjuri in Aboriginal lingo, I don't really know the word because I've been taken away when I was little, at the age of 2.
Good question. I don't know how to answer that. I just don't know how to answer that question.
I think conciliation would be something that would be very on target to what they need to do.
Maybe something around healing as a nation. I couldn't quite figure out one name for it, but something along the lines of that would be good.
I don't think reconciliation is that good a term. I mean, it definitely is a word that represents what the day is meant to be. It's reconciling, it's bringing together. But yeah, Reconciliation Day doesn't I just don't think that the term, I think we could come up with something a little bit more, you know, meaningful for us, I suppose, maybe. Yeah, something that our mob would be, you know, sort of have a bit better of a ring to it. Yeah.
celebrate truth. All I want is the truth to be told. That's what we all want here at KBHAC, truth telling. That's what we're about, and that's what we all live by. Is we should be able to share our truths, and whether or not you agree with us, it doesn't matter. But at least allow us to say what are our truths without everybody else knowing better what we should do, what we should be saying, how we should be living, everything.
I think I don't know whether it has to be renamed. There could be people, there's people probably that call for a different word or different, wording to be used. But I just think the onus, I think if white people are sitting back for us to take action during Reconciliation Week, well, they've got another thing coming, because we're not going to reconcile with the descendants of the invaders. The descendants of the invaders have got to come to us. And while there probably be some opposition to that, I think that will become easier as time goes along and relationships are created, because we don't really talk about these things very much as well, and so when we start to, there's a lot of anger and destruction and that comes out. But once we talk about things, I think we have the ability to move on and create better relationships. And so I think, just start the process, whether we call it reconciliation or not, and then just, build a new future, a new relationship.
And I think in general, it's just, coming together. So it just means coming together. Could be a nice Aboriginal word for it, but if I could be fun and quirky, I'd just say, let's just be deadly together.